Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Alright, what am I gonna play today? What's on the list? Oh, Brutal Legend, sure. Jack Black, he's cool. The game's made by Double Fine. Dang, this is gonna be awesome. I suppose I should do some research. The game's creator, Tim Schafer, had the idea since he was in high school. I was fascinated by roadies who he play as. The idea for the game's world came from metal albums from that time. He didn't know what kind of game it was gonna be, so when he proposed it to the team, they loved it. As soon as Psychonauts was done, they pushed their focus onto Brutal Legend, where EA picked up the publishing rights. The game's original lead wasn't supposed to be Jack Black, but instead to resemble him. And with Tim finding out Jack was an avid gamer and fans of their games, they set up a meeting where the two collaborated. This in turn set a word-of-mouth precedent in the heavy metal scene, with many artists being interested, allowing Double Fine to signing them on. Alright, I guess I'll start the game. So you're Eddie Riggs, a roadie, working for a shitty band. You seem to hate where the heavy metal has gone, with one of the shitty band members criticizing your work and to change your style to the youth of today. With that, the concert starts and one of the members stands on a statue who's about to fall. Eddie saves him in style and goes to hide in the shadows, but the statue collapses on top of him, killing Eddie. With his hand impaled, the blood flowing down to his arm, seeping onto the demonic belt buckle. This in turn summons the demon who kills the band members. Yo, this game be brutal. This is metal as hell, dude. The demon sends Eddie to another time, a time long forgotten. Eddie awakens to a apocalyptic world full of demonic creatures who are worshipping the hole from where the demon came from. And now finally some gameplay. Eddie picks up the axe and kills the demons. He then picks up a guitar for long range attacks. The gameplay here is like a hack and slash. It's alright, but I can't wait to get some upgrades. It's not amazing, but I suppose as I push through the game, it should get better. I mean, the combat works, it's not all that bad. I got some basic ass combos right now, but I'm sure I'll get the chance to upgrade. X is to do a basic attack, with Y being the long range magic attacks. Right now is mediocre. At best you can't really do much. There's no combo chains or links to go off. You can't really create any badass strings, but I'm sure it'll get better. As you push through the area, you'll meet up with another human who tells you have to leave, for if you don't, the demon emperor Deviculus will capture them. Eddie somehow creates a car from random parts. The two ride in the car, and the way it controls is fine. There's nothing really to say other than it's bland. The way you turn feels a bit stiff, like I really have to push all the way on the thumbstick just to get the car to turn. But this section is so dumb because every time I'm about to get past this monster's leg, the car gets stuck. But like, why? There's a big enough gap for me to get through, but I can't. I can't even make small adjustments without backing up first. And it sort of gets worse when I have to fight this Garbo demon monster thing. The premise of where I have to drive around and around, wait for it to attack so it gets stuck, so then I can hit it. But because of how sucky the controls are, I keep missing over and over. Not to mention, the monster has crazy tracking, so when I use Nitro, the monster knows exactly where to hit me. But it shouldn't be the case because of the speed I'm going at. Instead, I have to wait for it to attack me a few seconds before it slams down its tentacle, where I can then use the boost, but then I have to go around the arena to hit the monster's weak point. But because of how sucky the controls are, it's much harder. The game tells you you can do a quick 180, but this makes you lose speed, so when I'm about to hit the monster, I can't because I'm not going fast enough. Also, why is there no boost meter for when it's available? I have to guess whenever I can use it, but an indicator will be so useful. Alright, enough of this. After you beat it, oh my god, I have to keep driving this, no less than a collapsing bridge. In all seriousness, this part isn't so bad. But why does she keep telling me, like, to turn way too late? I keep failing this one section of the bridge because she keeps saying turn to your right 2 seconds after we fall. Why? Oh, whatever then. After the bridge sequence, you and the girl go to her army headquarters. But wait, is the game open world? But why? When you reach the area needed, this is where we meet the rest of the team. We got another girl named Lita. She been looking fine. Then we have our brother Lars. This man's just Jesus. If not, he's clearly based off someone. I want to say Eddie Van Halen, but I'm not too sure. You and the gang talk about where you came from and who you are. This is where we learn Eddie is a prophet or a destroyer of the world. This is where we also learn The first girl's name is Ophelia. Eddie also learns that Lars has no real army of the General Ironwhite told them to make them work in the mines. So Eddie's gonna break them out with the power of music. Alright, finally some gameplay again. Eddie saves the headbangers with Lars' sword, and the game turns into an RTS. Wait, turns into an RTS. What? I thought this was a hack and slash. What? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, this has to be just for this section or for some side quest. There's no way this is the game. Eddie saves most of the headbangers and kills the general in charge, with the final boss being somehow even shittier than Arkham Asylum's last fight. Now I have to drive all the way back, even though the headbangers are there, and I'm done with the mission. Okay, whatever. Although on the bright side, this game has a killer soundtrack, so at least it's not all bad. Why does the game have to be open world though? There's little to no reason. Hopefully it's small, otherwise they spent way too much money. Getting back to the main mission, we find Ophelia injured and Lars rushes over to find help. Tracking Lars down, he can't get to the top of the mountain where the Killmaster is, who's the only one able to help her. But this part is such BS! It's another RTS mission, but this time it's an escort mission. Why? There's not much to say. It's not great, but like why? Why can't I be a one-man army? This is just bland. When reaching the top, the Killmaster is Lenny Killmeister. Huh, that's badass. He tries to save Ophelia but can't because his strings aren't powerful enough. So Eddie has to go all the way to the Metal Queen's dungeon where he has to get some. Eddie reaches the Metal Queen's lair, but before he needs heavy-duty bass strings where he can only get them from the central hub. This area sucks. Holy shit, dude. During this section, a new enemy appears, and they're basically tiny spiders, but they attach to you and you can't get rid of them, and they will literally attach themselves even if you run away. The only way to remove them is by using the Earth Shaker ability. My issue more or less is that this is the only way to remove them, and running away is not an option. It's not that they're hard to get rid of or anything, but it's just annoying to do this every 5 seconds. Then we move on to where Eddie gets to the central hub and has to fight the queen herself. The fight is so shit, it's so easy and forgettable. You'll have to wait for the queen to do a certain move, and you use your lightning, that's it. Do that 4 times and you win. It's so boring. There's no challenge. At this point, I'm gonna assume there's no upgrade path because like, I've been through 2 different bosses, and now I think there's not much else to gameplay, but I don't know, it can change at any moment. Eddie takes the strings back to Killmeister. He then uses the strings to help Ophelia. The Killmeister then joins rebellion against Lionwhite. Okay, Ophelia ready to fight wants to get some weapons for some other group of grunts, so we'll help her, and it's another bloody driving section. After we do that, apparently Ophelia and Eddie are dating or something, I don't know. Then we move on to another mission where, oh my god, kill me. It's another RTS mission. It's almost a proper one, just without a bird's eye view or being any good. Attack the enemy, defend the base, build towers, and that's it. As of right now, there's not a lot of factions I can use. There's only the long range girls and the headbangers, and that's it. After that, oh shit, finally, some upgrades. Okay, eventually you'll end up in hell. And Ozzy Osbourne is the devil himself. He's the guardian of metal, and with him, I can finally upgrade. The stuff he has is mainly for customization. The bits I need are almost non-existent. You can purchase special attacks, but there's no real combo strings. Only special attacks for my stupid guitar. I can upgrade the car for it to have some firepower, so okay, whatever. But oh boy, dude, there's nothing here. This is just disappointing. I'm so done. I'm over this game. Now you have to take the others safely. It's another escort mission. You drive and shoot. The driving still sucks. There's nothing to it. At the very least, let me upgrade the car in the upgrade path. The next mission is for Eddie to do another RTS mission, but this time he's got wings. Oh wow, he's got wings. The controls for when he's flying, they're fine. It's not amazing. It's okay. Okay, listen, I'm gonna stop this. Listen to me. This game sucks. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna do a proper review really quick just to end this. The voice acting is amazing. I love the fact they got real legends to play the characters. They all sound wonderful. The music is metal as hell from various artists I've never heard of. Songs that are in my personal playlist now. The characters are fun. There's some good dialogue, some really funny dialogue. But all of this crashes down when the story is meh. So far, I don't care about anything. And this is only made worse because the gameplay sucks dick so bad. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's trying to be 3 genres at once, and none of them are good. The driving is boring, and the overworld is too massive. It's barren as hell. You can't do anything. You can do a side mission, but they're boring as shit. Their basic RTS missions are ESCO or a tiny challenge, but none of them are good. The hack and slash is what the game should have been, and what it is just a hollow shell of what it could have been. But it's so basic, it's so boring, there's nothing to it. I keep seeing the same bullshit over and over. There's no creativity, but it could have been. And when you can upgrade, the game constantly is telling you, hey, there's an upgrade, but because there's no fast travel, I had to drive there, but it takes way too long to get there and back. It's not worth it. The game should have been linear. There's no reason for this crap to be open world. Then when Eddie gains his demon powers, why can't I use it during the open world? It would have saved so much goddamn time, but apparently he only gets it back whenever he's doing another RTS mission. Like, goddamn, this sucks. Not only that, but driving sucks also in the open world because you're constantly getting stuck on random shit, so you lose momentum really quick, and then the open world has an enormous amount of cliffs, so you're basically killing yourself all the goddamn time. I hate some of the design choices of the grunts. They look really ugly and way too bulky. I'm just not a fan of their design. From the rangers, headbangers, and later in the game the roadies, all of them look disgusting, cartoonized, overly large portions, but again, this is a very personal issue just for me, so take it as you will. Then there's the issue with the goddamn car. It's consistently disappearing, so I'm consistently using the stupid song to bring it back every now and then, but it keeps disappearing. Like, how and why? Holy shit, the RTS 2 sucks so bad because it lets you have groups who are all over the place. Then you need all of them to attack a central area. You have to go to each and individual one of them to meet up with a single group. It's really annoying and wastes so much time. Then there's a point where you have to build boosts to get souls who are just currency for you to buy more armies. But because of the cost of population, you have to watch out for who you buy. But because of how weak some groups are, there's almost no point in buying them until much later when you can upgrade them. But only the rangers and headbangers are the ones who are able to be upgraded. And if you want to control one faction, not the whole group, you have to go to them, hold the button, just so you can get them to move. It sucks. It sucks. It's not fun. The gameplay is just a mess. It has no focus. This is where I'm gonna stop. I can continue to do the story, but god damn, it's so boring. So far, nothing has really compelled me. The story itself has been pretty mediocre. I'll do it out of necessity, but don't expect anything massive to happen. At least I'm not. You meet some roadies, they get some weapons, Ophelia and Eddie kiss. I think she's cheating on Lars, but I don't know. It's kinda weird. It's never really explained if they were seeing each other, but alright. Eddie gives Ophelia his dad's necklace after Ophelia's sad and says nobody trusts her because her family were tear drinkers. That's what I am. I'm a sucker for thinking this game will be good, and now I'm drinking my own tears. It sucks. And what even is a tear drinker? The game never explains. Is it when someone's crying and then some other random person goes it's like just licking the tears off the face? What does that mean? They all go after Lion White, we defeat him, and he kills himself. Okay, what's really cool, what I forgot to mention, is how the game was, in my opinion, the first to have a full day and night cycle, where the story can take place without having to resort to forcing a certain weather type to occupy. Back to the story. Oh no, the Vigilus appears and he's searching for us. Oh no. Okay, hold up. Before I go on, I have to talk about Lars's face. It's consistently shifting for some reason. His face and only his face is morphing in cutscenes. It's so weird. Oh. Never mind. Sorry, Lars. Rip. Goodbye. You If you look at the background, it's almost like this was a comedy. The characters all stood up the moment Lars died in a comedic fashion. With Lars dead and the Vicar is gone, Eddie talks to Ophelia about what he said, and she didn't tell him the truth of who Sucuria is. So he then leaves her and she ends up alone again, throwing the necklace away. Remember, this is after one mission where we did trust her, so the pacing feels really off. This stupid game, 90% of it is driving. I've been driving for at least 10 minutes now. God, this mission sucks so hard. I don't even know what to say. I said everything I could, but god damn, this mission is the worst. It took me over 30 minutes and then my PC decided to crash and I lost everything. So I had to go back to do it all over again, but this time in easy mode. But even then, it took such a long time, I had no idea what to do in these pieces of shit unnecessary RTS missions. I hate this so much with a passion. Just when you think you're done, the game says, psych, has a new faction for you to use. Also, the mission ain't dumb, you dumb whore. Now finish. But it's so long. I hate this. Apparently, the new enemies are from Ophelia, who drank the black tears, and he says it's time to bring the fight to her, so that's what they do. After heading north, the gang gets captured by these warrior-type kisswomen who put a gang in a cage of fire. But Eddie uses his guitar and summons a relic of old, to which the kisswoman looked up to. There's some images on the relic, who's Eddie's father. Apparently, he stopped the black tears, but also went into the future or the past. I'm not too sure, it's really weird. So now there's time travel. I don't know what's happened to the story, but this is pretty cool. And so the kisswomen join Eddie's fight against the Vicalis. But first, to get there, we pass through the swamp and Ophelia shows up, but as a metal squid monster human hybrid thing. She sings her song and tells us how she ended up here. It doesn't matter, all you need to know is Ophelia went to the dark tears, jumped, and then a weird tentacle drowned her, turning her into this. She's here to stop us, but we stop her. She runs away and after another RTS mission. The gang goes after her and meet her in the sea of black tears. Eddie sleeps and the funniest but awkward cutscene plays. For some reason, Eddie has a dream with Ophelia and him are making out, and this is so weird to me because this has never happened. There was almost no time for this to happen. When did this happen? When did this happen? So many questions. But once he wakes, he has to fight her. There really isn't much to say in this mission other than it just sucks. Just as that is the last RTS mission. It took twice as long. It actually took an hour to complete, so that's pretty insane. Still no variety or differences from the first RTS. Nothing has advanced other than the amount of grunts you have. After beating Ophelia, she runs away. As Eddie goes to stop Ophelia, the Vicalis shows up, with Eddie naming her Sucuria, to whom the Vicalis reveals Sucuria is actually Eddie's mother after his father went to stop her, but they went into the past or future, and now Eddie has somehow ended back here, reviving the power of knowledge of metal. With that out of the way, the Vicalis kills Ophelia and throws her heart into the Black Sea, creating another huge monster where we have to beat it in another RTS bullshit mission. Something I forgot to mention during before was the game has a really weird mechanic where it will slow down time after you kill some enemies, and I have no idea why. It's the most awkward feeling where the game will slow time down after you killed someone, but then it goes back to being normal. If you beat someone in Batman, but then the game slows down the speed after you fought the second guy. Like, why though? After this RTS bullcrap and driving into the eyes of these monsters, Eddie goes to fight the Vicalis. This fight is such bullshit. It's so boring. This fight emphasizes what I imagined the game to be, a hack and slash combo string badass game, but instead what you do in the beginning is the same as the end. After you beat him, Eddie decapitates his head, tossing it into the Black Sea. Eddie jumps into the sea itself and saves Ophelia, who's been unconscious this whole time. I remember that awkward dream sequence. It happens again with the same exact animation, just now in better clarity. With that, the last and final cutscene plays where the gang plays tribute to Lars, with Eddie leaving and Ophelia watching from behind. This game sucks. It didn't know what it wanted to be, and even if it did, it isn't polished at all. The world is a mess that's bland and almost colorless, but that at least makes sense for the metal scene. But then the enemies suck. They take way too long to kill, just like BS RTS missions. they're so bland. While other aspects are good, like the voice acting and art style, I hate everything else after the whole time travel BS. I was hoping for the game to go balls to the walls, but it never did. I imagined a world where Tetsuya Nomura did the story. It would be so weird and amazing with time travel. Apparently the game's story was actually twice as long, but because of money and time they never could do it. And I say good. The way this game ends is fine. It's too bad that it sucks. But if the rest of the story was anything like this, I'm glad I don't have to go through any of the more crap. In any case, that's it for me. Take care and see ya. No, but honestly, this game is just dead though. Like, I was really excited for it. Like, I really wanted to play it. I remember seeing it my Steam library like a couple of months ago. I was like, oh, Brutal Legend, that looks badass. I want to play that. Jack Black, yeah. And then I was also hoping for like some maybe like Guitar Hero missions where you actually play the song but you have to do like the beat to the rhythm. That would have been cool. That would have been a really fun little tiny like aspect to it. Like, I would enjoy that. I would enjoy maybe like more metal strings like to go along with the songs to then create better like combos to then like, oh, that would be so cool if this game had focus. If there is a second one, because apparently there's like talks of a second one, like very minor talks. If there's ever a second one, do not make it like the first one. Do not make an RTS. Do not make it open world. Do not have like car bullshit. It's just not worth it, honestly. And this is seriously it for me. Take it and see ya. I'm trash, bro.